Hey guys, what's up? It's Todd here from alphanation.com, and what we're going to continue to do is ab development. I'm going to show you a particular progression that's going to develop your abs up to 71.3% faster. Then at the end of this video, I'm going to go through 3 very common mistakes that guys continue to make that is almost preventing them from developing that really nice full depth washboard midsection. So come on down to the deck. I'll show you the first thing that we're going to cover, which is proper bracing technique. See you down there. Okay guys, what I want to cover here is proper abdominal bracing technique. So when you are on the deck, whether you're doing abdominal work, whether you're doing any sort of compound lifting work, anything, even when you're just doing stuff around the house, you need to learn proper bracing. It's a 3-phase movement. It involves the 3 fields of abdominal action. I know some guys will talk about the TVAs, but there's lots of study about isolating the TVAs actually preventing proper stiffness. So what we're going to do here is engage the obliques, the rectus, well, the obliques and the serratus, because they're interconnected. And we're also going to do the erectors, part of the posterior chain. So when those 3 are engaged, you can feel it's like that coughing sensation. So if you were to start that coughing sensation, you get everything engaged. You're creating tension in the system, everything's engaged, and you've got that neutral spine. For a lot of exercises, you want to maintain the neutral spine. There is some that require flexion and extension, but for the most part, neutral spine. So, 3 phases. The obliques, rectus, and the erectors out back. 3 fields of action, all engaged like you're coughing. That's going to be your starting point for the majority of your abdominal exercises. We cover that extensively in page 43 of the Spec Force Abs manual. But again, for anything that you're doing, proper bracing technique. Come on back up. I'll go through some of the 3 mistakes in particular that guys continue to make. Okay guys, so as I promised, 3 of the common mistakes guys are still making when training their abs. It's critical because it actually puts your body at risk of injury. In particular, bulging discs, things of that nature, pinched nerves, and just a general state of unbalance. The first thing is, guys are still over-contracting, rounding that spine. You don't have to do that. When you're contracting properly through your abs, you're actually going to be straight. You're not rounding, tilting the hips. All that does is cause an imbalance in the muscle development and pressure on the spine. The next thing guys are not doing properly is creating the correct internal tension. So when we create that position, we're actually filling the internal thoracic cavity and bracing. We're not just letting things loose and tightening. We're locking everything down. We're closing the gap between the ribs and the hips. Again, not crunching, filling it, creating proper tension internally to create that trunk stiffness. Trunk stiffness is the best thing you'll ever do. Listen, quick story. I actually recovered from a bulging disc as well as a hypermobile SI joint. The pain would radiate around my hip so bad it felt like I'd have a hot curling iron. Constant state of pain. And by properly developing my trunk and getting proper trunk stiffness, not only am I lifting a lot more, but I'm out water skiing and doing all the things that I love to do. And that's what a good, stable trunk can do. Finally, the last thing. Use this in every phase of your training. Again, like I mentioned earlier, if you're doing compound lifting, squats for example, proper bracing, proper position through the erectors. If you are doing things like tricep pull downs, curls, You want to get abs faster, engage them, create that stiffness through everything that you're doing. Guys are just standing and doing this with your arms. Try this when you're doing curls. Create that tension in the system. Those are the three most common things that guys are still doing wrong. You eliminate those, add that into your regime, your gains will be exponential. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel above. If you want to visit SpecForce Abs, click the link below. If you're on a mobile phone, click the first link in the description. That'll get you to SpecForce Abs. Thanks very much, guys. See you in the next one.